So go ahead, find that comfortable seated position. We are working on our hips and hamstrings this morning, smoothing out the fold and kink that we often get when we first wake up in the morning. And in that comfortable seated position, soften those knees, the ankles, the toes. I'm sitting in Vajrasana, but you can come into Sukhasana, easy cross-legged position. Start to notice the rise and fall of the breath. Start to shrug the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen through the spine. Feeling the crown of the head reaching up to the sky, hips reaching down to the earth. As we move and transition in today's class, there'll be minimal instruction, but trust yourself, listen to your body. We're not working on the deepest expression, it's early in the morning, but we're working towards finding the most release. We'll work through some deep hips and hamstring movements, maybe some small heart openers, and there'll be an opportunity for crow pose later on, a fun arm balance. But for now, let's just settle here in this space. I'm outside right now enjoying this beautiful sunlight. And wherever you are in your home, enjoy the safety that it brings, the comfort, the joy, the people that are in your home right now, the animals. Settle into this space, and just for now, allow the body and the breath to maybe come into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight that we all patiently bear on our shoulders. And just feel the earth receive you. Feel the infinite expanse of the sky. Allow it to grow wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. And for this morning, and even after class, as you continue your day, be boundless, be free, be awakened with energy tingling into your hands and feet and your entire body. Enjoy the rest of this class and the rest of your day. But for now, be alive. Feel new, feel different, feel reborn and vibrant just for now. Wherever you're at, slightly lift the chin, lift the gaze. Still be comfortable in your seat. We're gonna warm up our wrists. So interlace your fingertips and just move into figure 8 circles. I'm going clockwise first, so just remember which way you're going, rotating, trying to work that figure 8 movement. About 5 breaths here, going as fast or as slow as you want. Really just waking up the wrists, the fingertips, and knuckles, feeling every inch of your palm. And then go ahead, go the other way. So for this class, I will not be mirroring, so what I say and do will be the same as what you're doing as well. So my figure 8s are starting to get a little bit funky. Maybe yours are too, that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to move right now. And then go ahead, just shake out the wrists like you're flicking water. My palms are facing down. Shake them out nice and gently. Be kind to yourself this morning. And not about the deepest expression, just movement. All right, from here, wherever you're at, slowly make your way up to tabletop. We're gonna make little circles here, so separate those wrists nice and wide, fingertips forward, elbows drawn back, hips nice and high, stack over those knees, soften your feet, soften your toes, and I'm gonna go counterclockwise. Feel maybe some space moving over, pass through those fingertips, and then shoulders drawn behind, back towards your hips. About 3 more breaths here, breathing and moving with that breath at your own pace, at your own speed. Maybe 1 more deep inhale and exhale, and then reverse. I'm going clockwise now. Keep lifting up through the core, belly to spine. Don't let that belly sag. We're not doing cow pose here. We're not doing cat pose either, so find that neutral alignment from shoulder to hip. All right. Take another deep inhale and exhale, come back to that neutral tabletop. We're gonna turn our fingertips facing outward, so facing the edges of your mat here. Keep the shoulders over those wrists, elbows are soft, and start to sway side to side, putting more weight towards the edges of your fingertips, towards the base of your fingers, and into the palm. And maybe if you wanna go a little bit deeper as you sway side to side, you lift the opposite hand and bearing a little bit more weight into those palms, working them and waking them up this morning. A few more breaths here. And then exhale. One of my other favorite wrist stretches. Start to slowly turn your fingertips to face your knees. So a fun modification here, you can scoot your knees up more to make it a little easier. You can scoot the knees further back in tabletop to make it a little bit more challenging. And just bear some weight here. Soften the elbows. So we're going to try to imagine as if we can bend them entirely, making a reverse chaturanga arm. So keep lifting up through that low belly. Soften the face, soften the breath. Press into the palms and maybe gently start to hinge forward and back. You can go as far forward as you want, maybe even bending the arms all the way down, coming into almost Mayurasana, peacock pose. And then maybe all the way back, maybe see if you can sink your hips onto your heels. You can slightly lift the base of the palms if you want, but just keep in mind we're trying to bear weight there. And of course, still into your fingertips, into the palms. A few more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. All right, slowly, wherever you're at, sink back down all the way into Vajrasana. Tops of feet flat on the mat, sit onto your heels. If this is too much, place a block or encyclopedia underneath you. Reach those arms up overhead, palms facing forward. And we're gonna clench, squeeze everything nice and tight, work the forearms, and exhale, explode, release. Clench, release. And let's see how fast we can go. So maybe normal pace right now. And then maybe increasing here. And then going as fast as you can for 10, 9, 8. Wake up those forearms. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Just kidding. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Rotate the fingertips gently. Maybe do some flicks of the wrist. Then take another deep inhale. And exhale. Go ahead. Meet back into that neutral tabletop. Planting the hands onto the mat. Shift your weight around. Make sure everything is nice and balanced and aligned. We're going to go ahead and do some fingertip push-ups here. So what you'll do, I'll start on my right hand first so that you can see. You're going to press into the palms, using the strength of your forearms, of your palms. You're going to lift everything off the mat except for your fingertips. Your fingertips press down into the mat, and then you're going to exhale to release. So we'll try to do this on both hands. Inhale, press to lift. Exhale to release. Avoid using your shoulders to lift and use the strength of your palms and inhale. Press. Exhale to release. Let's do that about 5 more times. Inhale, press. Exhale to release. 4, release. 5, release. Sorry, other way. 3, release. 2, release. And 1, release. Go ahead, turn your fingertips facing those knees. Again, we're going to go a little bit deeper here. So stay here with the knees up close or knees back in neutral. Wherever you're at, let's extend the right foot, press into the toes, and just rock back and forth and see how that feels. Keep engaging the core, lift the belly to the spine, gentle gaze of the neck and chest, soft breathing. And then maybe switch, bring that right knee back in, extend the left leg long, press into the toes. Shift back and forth. All right, maybe try that again, right leg out. And maybe, be gentle, soften the elbows, lift up through the core, step back with the left as well. Maybe both. If not, keep the single leg presses. If both knees are lifted, you will feel it a little bit more in your forearms. Allow your breath to soften. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, go ahead and lower those knees. Sit back if you want, clench the fists, and roll those hands. Clockwise, counterclockwise. Just release the tension that you have in your forearms. Then go ahead, wrist warm up is done. That'll give our strength to come into crow pose eventually. Go ahead, plant those hands, find that neutral tabletop. Lift up through the spine, shoulders over those wrists, hips over those knees. Shake out your feet if you need to. Then go ahead, belly down, chest forward. Can you bring your chest past the wrists? Draw the belly down to the mat, maybe gaze up. Cow pose. And then exhale, start to lift up through the belly, round through the spine, gaze back at your knees. Cat pose. Few more rounds just like that at your own breath, at your own pace. Inhale, belly down, chest forward. Exhale, round, lift up through the hips. Inhale, Belly down, chest forward. Exhale, round. We're going to continue this cat-cow motion in our Thunderbird position. So go ahead from here, start to soften the left knee, extend it back long behind you, press into the toes, rock back and forth a few times. If this is feeling good, maybe reach the right arm up in front of you, thumb pointing up to the sky, shift forward and back, balancing on just your left hand and right foot. Stay here, maybe lift the left toes off the mat, lengthening. Try to reach your arm and your leg as high as you can, almost like you're doing cow pose. As you exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach and lengthen like cow. Exhale, round. Crunch it in like cat. One more each. One more. Inhale to lengthen. Hold it here. Maybe bend the left leg, flex the foot up to the sky. Keep lifting through the heart, through the chest, and you're like, this is really early. We're doing a heart opener already. That's right, just to check to see where you're at. This will not be your deepest. Maybe see if you can reach right arm up and over. Maybe you touch your left foot. Maybe you find a bind. Maybe you kick into the hand. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Tiger pose. Breathing here. 3, 2, and 1. With control, exhale, slowly release back to Thunderbird. Then release everything down to the mat. Maybe cat-cow, one round, just to reset. On your next inhale, extend that right leg long, press into the toes, maybe rock back and forth. Stay here, maybe the left arm lifts, thumb points up to the sky. Maybe find that engagement of the core. Lift right leg off the mat. Reach the arm and leg as if you're doing cow pose. Take another deep inhale to lengthen. Exhale, crunch it in, round that spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to crunch it in. Inhale to lengthen. One more. Exhale to round. Inhale to lengthen. Hold it here. Maybe bend at the right knee. Flex that foot. Lift it up to the sky. Lift the chest. Maybe left arm reaches back and behind. Maybe it touches the foot. Maybe it finds a bind. Kick into the hand. Lift the chest. Lift the heart. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to release slowly. Cat-cow it out. Inhale. And exhale. Then go ahead, tuck your toes. Find that first downward dog of the day. Shift back. Lift the knees. Lift the hips. Lengthen through the legs. Lengthen through the arms. First downward dog of the day, or maybe of the week, of the month. Pelvic feet out left and right. Separate those toes. Index finger still point forward, elbows still drawn back. Lift the hips up to the sky, belly to spine. Then take another deep inhale. And exhale, bend the knees as low as you can. Keep the hips back. And exhale to lengthen. One more just like that. Inhale to bend the knees. Exhale to lengthen. Then take another deep inhale and exhale. Heels heavy, toes light. Start to walk your hands to the back of the mat. Once you're there, bend the knees again to soften. Maybe ragdoll, grab opposite elbows. Release the neck and head. Release the spine. Check in with your breath, your face. Unclench the jaw, the teeth, the tongue. And release everything here. Release yourself to the earth. Swing side to side, finding movement here. Wherever you're at, take another deep inhale. And exhale, release the hands onto the mat. You're gonna bend that left knee. The right leg can start to come to straighten. Left hand underneath the face. Inhale, reach. Right arm up to the sky. Feel the nice openness in your glutes, maybe inner thighs. Exhale to release. Right hand underneath the face. Bend that right knee. Straighten that left leg. Reach. Left arm up to the sky. Exhale to release. We're going to do it one more time each side. We're going to deepen it a little bit more. Additional option for those that want to take it further. Left hand underneath the face. Bend the left knee. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Stay here, or maybe right thumb points down. Maybe find a half bind. Keep opening up through the chest, through the heart. Working that heart up to the sky. Working that right shoulder open and back. Feel it deeper into your glutes and the back of your legs. And exhale to release. Last time. Plant the right hand. Bend the right knee. Reach that left arm up to the sky. Stay here or thumb points down. Wrap it around the low back. Maybe those fingertips touch the inner right crease. Breathing here. Take another deep inhale. Exhale to release. Soften the knees. Walk your hands back up. Downward facing dog. Pedal feet out left and right. All right. Working through our flows here. Settle the downward dog. Toes are touching. Lift those heels up nice and high. Lift the right leg high to the sky. Then open up that hip. Maybe you can bend the knee. Maybe make some circles here, clockwise, counterclockwise. Since we are working the inner thighs and the hips, we're gonna go ahead, reset, three-legged dog, and then step it to the outside of the right hand. Your foot might come off the mat, that's okay. If you want less intensity, scoot it back onto the mat here, and just check on that alignment, knee-toe alignment. Make some little movements here. Then exhale, lower that back knee. Coming back into that cow position here, pressing the palms, lift the chest. Feel a deep crease of your right hip settle into the earth, into the mat. Shoulders away from the ears. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, maybe left arm stays down. Right hand comes to your thigh, open up through the chest, through the heart. Maybe spin more towards to the right side, maybe lift that right arm up. If this feels good, stay here, or maybe reach it back behind you towards your left toes. Breathe. Keep making little micro movements. We don't want anything to be super still. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, this is where those transitions and the movements come in without instruction. Go ahead, you're gonna spin that right arm back, plant the hands, tuck the left toes, lift the hips to lift the knee, and you're gonna walk your way over to the left side. When you walk there, start to turn all 10 toes to the left side. I'm sorry you're seeing my butt right now. All 10 toes face the left side of the mat. Hands come in between your legs. Heavy on the heels, toes slightly turned in, hips nice and square, stacked over those ankles, heels slightly turned out. Plant those hands, maybe forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana A. Bending at the elbows if the crown of the head comes closer to the mat. So for those, if this is really easy, scoot your feet in. If this is too challenging, scoot your feet out. Feel the stretch in your inner thighs, in your hips. Release the neck and head. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, plant those palms in between the legs again. Find that half lift. Left hand comes to the center of your feet. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. We've been here before, just in Uttanasana. Take another deep inhale. Exhale to release that right hand where the left hand was. Reach left arm up to the sky. Take another deep inhale. Exhale to release. Plant those hands, half lift. Turn your toes back to the top of the mat. Walk your hands. Plant that right foot down here. Pause just a moment. Pyramid pose. Hands can be wherever it wants. If this is too much, bend the knees and step that left foot in a little bit more. Otherwise, keep it out where it was. It's okay if the left heel pops up. Engage that right hip flexor. Lift and lengthen and fold if it's in your practice. Breathing here, pressing onto that big toe side of your right foot. Swaying the hips so it doesn't sway too much to the left. Keep it in line. Take another deep inhale here. And exhale, bend the knee. We're gonna come to a floating lizard. If it's too much for you, you're gonna lower that back knee. Heel toe that right foot out further to the edge of the mat. Both hands to the inside, bend that right knee in. Shift the weight forward, walk your hands out. Maybe it even comes off your mat. Maybe it comes onto your blocks. Breathing here, working. Left hip forward, right hip back. Take another deep inhale. Then exhale, settle here for just a breath. Breathing. For 3, 2, and 1. From here, go ahead and lower that left knee now. Walk your hands in. Close twist, arm circle here. Maybe reach the arm up to the sky. Maybe then reach it back, stay here. Or maybe hinge forward. Maybe lift the left heel off the mat. Maybe those fingertips and the heel touch. Maybe find a bind, kick into the hand, open up through the heart, through the chest. If you're unable to bind, just imagine if you can reach and lift and lengthen the chest and work the heel closer to the glutes. Take another deep inhale. Exhale to release the hands back down to the inside of that right leg. Wide-legged Ardha Hanumanasana. Shift the hips back, flex the front foot. Wide half split, half monkey pose. Keep that left hip over the left knee. Fold if you like, or stay wherever the spine is long and strong. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Shift the weight forward, press into the right foot again. Tuck the back toes, lift the hips to lift the knee. We're gonna step it forward into an active malasana, active squat. Hinge forward, step left leg to the outside of the left hand. Instead of coming all the way down, keep your hips lifted in line with your knee. Reach those arms out. Whew, inner thighs are on fire for 3. I know, long 3 breaths. 2, flat back, hinge forward. And 1, soften those knees, rise all the way up to standing. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, center. Hinge from the hips, forward fold. All 10 toes facing forward again. Pausing here, resetting Uttanasana. Side out if you need to. And then go ahead, plant those hands, half lift. Good news, no vinyasa. Step it back, downward facing dog. Take a break if you need to. Grab that drink of water. Reset, maybe even pedal the feet out left and right again. Reminding yourself that, hey, we have another side to do, so lucky us. From downward facing dog, press into the toes, lift those heels up nice and high. Lift left leg off the mat. 3-legged dog, then open up through the hip. Bend the knee if you want, and make circles clockwise, counterclockwise. Then go ahead, 3-legged dog again. Step it to the outside of that left hand towards the edge of your left mat. Inhale to lengthen, pause for just a moment, shift forward and back. And exhale, lower the back knee, press into the palms, lift the chest. Active Anjaneyasana. Cow facing chest, hips nice and low. Watch that left ankle and knee joint alignment. Your knees in line with the middle of your ankle, middle ankle in line with middle toe. Take another deep inhale, and exhale, stay here, or plant the hands. Reach the left hand to the inner thigh, or up to the sky, or maybe even reach back, opening up through the chest, reaching through those fingertips, soften the shoulders. Take another deep inhale. And exhale from here, plant those hands. Tuck the right toes, lift the hips, lift the back knee, and walk your hands over to the right. Again, once again, Prasarita Padottanasana. Align your toes in line with each other. Plant those hands, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. If you'd like to work something deeper, working the chest down to the mat, reach your arms out towards your feet. My fingertips are turning away, but you can have them wherever you want. They're tented right now as well. Breathing here. If you're like, this is still not enough for me, you can reach the arms up behind you, palms touch, interlace the fingertips. Keep the elbows bent and then lengthen. Reaching those shoulders up and over in front of you. Keep pushing through the big toe mounds. Toes in, heels slightly turned out. Take another deep inhale. Exhale to release, plant those hands, half lift. Hands come into the center here. Right hand stays down. This time, left hand reaches up to the sky. Stay here, or maybe thumb points down. Wrap around the low back, maybe fingertips touch the inner thigh, half lift. And exhale, fold. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Release, left hand replaces the right to reach the right arm up to the sky. Stay here, or thumb points down. Wrap around the low back, maybe fingertips touch the left crease. Lift first, and then fold. Opening up through that right shoulder, turning the chest towards the right toes. Take another deep inhale. Exhale to release, walk the hands back to the top of the mat, all 10 toes. Facing the top, finding your pyramid. Right heel can be lifted, that's okay. If this is too much, shorten the stance. Fold over that left leg, hinging from the hips. So right hip forward, left hip down and back. Breathing here, flat back. For 3, 2, and 1. Floating that lizard bend into that left knee. Walk your hands out onto the mat, or maybe blocks. Breathing here, hips are low, chest is low but nice and long. Engage the glutes, engage the core, breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you're at, lower that back knee. Walk those hands back. Wide Anjane for just a moment here. Right hand stays down, left hand to the inner thigh, to the sky. Reach it back or maybe bend that right knee, heel to glutes. Maybe find a bind. If you have the bind, open up through the chest, through the heart, kick into the hand, and the hand pushes away, finding engagement of the lower body. Soften that right elbow, open up through the chest. Breathe. Take another deep inhale. Exhale to release. Plant those hands. Keep the right toes tucked. Lift the hips and lift the back knee. Move that left foot to the outside of that left hand. If it's not already there, hinge forward, step into a wide malasana. And then lift those hips, active squat. Maybe arms float, hinging forward here for 5. You can make little movements if you want. Heels are heavy, toes are light. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, come into malasana. Breathing here. You'll thank me later for that. And then go ahead, plant those hands. If you want to stay a little bit more active, you can jump back into a vinyasa and meet back in downward dog, or you can come back simply into downward facing dog, which is what I'm doing. Couple of breaths here. Take a drink of water if you need to. Take a quick break, child's pose. Wiggle those hips around, pedal the feet. Take another deep inhale, moving a little bit faster now, adding on a little bit more. Exhale, press into the toes, lift the heels up nice and high. Lift the right leg up high. We're not gonna open up the hip this time. Go ahead, step it to the outside of that right hand. Pause just a moment. Lower that back knee. Stay here, lift it in Anjaneyasana or walk the arms out, working deeper into our lizard. Make sure hands stay to the inside of that right foot to right shoulder. All right, from here, we're gonna transition into Skandasana or half Malasana, Ardha Malasana, half squat pose. So instead of Prasarita Padottanasana to the left side, this time you're gonna walk your hands, turn your feet all the way to the left side, but then keep walking your hands all the way to that left foot, turn it out, then open up through that right hip, settle it down. And just like that, we're to the back of our mat, bend into the left knee, settle the hips low. If this is too much, place a block underneath you. You can stay here or open up the arms wide. If you want to go for the bind, right thumb points down, find a half bind, reaching that left arm nice and long, thumb points down as well, maybe bind, or use that towel that you have. Once you have the bind, open up through the heart, through the chest. Take another deep inhale here. Exhale to release. Release the bind if you have it. Plant the hands, start to shift your weight back to the top of the mat. Pause for just a moment here. Come back into this low lunge. Tent the fingertips, lift the chest. Maybe rise, high lunge. Woo! Promise that was probably the hardest transition you'll have. Take another deep inhale. Exhale from here, hands to heart center. Maybe I lied, who knows? Let's see how this one goes. Shift the weight forward into that right foot. Lift. Left heel to glute. Just like that, smooth and graceful. Left arm stays down to the mat. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Maybe bind. Left hand, left ankle to the inside of the foot. Maybe start to kick into the hand. Dancer's pose. Breathe. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, release the bind, keep the foot floating. Bring that left knee into the chest. And exhale, tree pose, Vrksasana. Bringing the left heel to the inner right thigh. Arms are gonna be wherever it's gonna be fun for you. Fun is a subjective term. Maybe hands to heart center. Maybe you wobble in your tree, that's okay. Soften the right knee if you need to. Maybe your tree branches grow. Maybe you close your eyes. Take another deep inhale. Ooh, not just yet. Exhale, knee to chest. Release that tree, maybe without using your hands. Hinge the chest forward. Step that left leg all the way back. High lunge. Take another deep inhale. Then exhale, release, plant those hands. Your choice, vinyasa or just meet back in downward facing dog. Lifting those hips up nice to the sky. Lift those heels. Left leg high. Step it to the outside of that left hand. Lower that back knee. Stay here in Anjaneyasana or lengthen out into lizards. Breathe in here. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, settle the breath, the mind, the heart, the body. Same thing, we're gonna come into Skandasana to the right side, right leg. So walk your hands in, lift the chest. However you want, walk your hands over to the right side, transition the weight to the back leg, turn the right toes up, left toes up to the sky, Skandasana. Stay here, working that right leg open, right shoulder open, maybe open your arms out, maybe find your bind. This is too much, sit on a block. Breathe, soften that left knee. My hips are popping over here. Breathe. Take another deep inhale and exhale to release the bind. Plant those hands, walk it back to the top of the mat. Settle into the feet, bend into that left knee. Find that balance and rise, high lunge. Inhale, shift it forward. Bring the right heel to the glutes. Balance. Right arm stays down. Bind to the big toe side of your right foot. Kick into the hands. Dancers. Whatever that looks like for you this early in the morning. Breathe. Take another deep inhale. Exhale to slowly release with control. Bring that right knee into the chest. Use that right hand. Tree pose, Vrksasana. Keep the heel away from the knee. So either you're above the knee, below the knee, or maybe you're in toes to the mat. One more deep inhale. And exhale, unwind that tree. Right knee into the chest, maybe without using your hands. Step it all the way back, hinge forward. High lunge. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, lower those hands. Step it back. Or vinyasa, downward facing dog. Reset here. If this is too much right now, you can lower the knees. Sink down into the hips. Lengthen through the arms, find your child's pose. I'll be here. Knees apart or close up to you entirely. Soften through the breath, through the heart. Reconnect to the earth. Feel your energy expanding outward into the sky, into the universe. Connect your heart and breath together. Few more breaths here just to reset. Whenever you're ready, exhale, meet back in downward facing dog. If you're not already there. From here, you can choose to step forward into Malasana, just like we've been doing, left leg, right leg. Or maybe you can lift the heels up nice and high, bend the knees, look forward, maybe jump to the outside of your hands. Sink low. Find that yogi squat. Open up through the heart, through the chest. We're gonna find some binds here, so you can just stay in Malasana, or maybe start to open up through the right shoulder, right chest, arms lengthen out. Stay here, maybe find a bind to your right leg. You can use that strap if you need to, gaze towards the left corner of the sky. Keep working that left leg out, left knee out. Whenever you're ready, come on to the other side. Open your arms up nice and wide against that left shoulder, against the left knee. Maybe find a bind. And now we're gonna come into crow pose. We'll build up to crow. Stay wherever you want, or play, or soften and relax here for just a moment. Checking on the time here. All right, go ahead, plant the hands in front of you. We're gonna start to work so that our knees are either to the outside of our triceps or underneath towards the armpits. Wherever you're at, your arms are nice and soft and bent. Separate those fingertips nice and wide, elbows point down. Just lift the hips, keep pressing your knees to your triceps or to the armpit. Hinge forward so much that maybe the left toes come off. Release. Right toes come off.
release. And do this a few more times. Go left, right, left, right. Round through that spine. Maybe reset, come back to your mat. You can stay here. Maybe again, keep squeezing the elbows to the inside of the knees or to the tops of the knees. Maybe this time you press into the palms, hinge forward and round so much your toes come light. Maybe one foot comes up, maybe the other. Crow pose, hold it here for 5, 4, 3, you got this, 2, and 1, release, come back to Malasana. Sit down onto your hips, shake the legs out. Whew. Seated portion, we're almost done. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, soften here in Dandasana. Toes flared up to the sky, hips heavy, belly in. Maybe chin down. We're gonna come to our 90-90 angles, working the hips a little bit more here. For those of you that are in a time crunch, thank you for joining us. Otherwise, feel free to continue on with me. You're gonna bend that left knee, turn the knee down to the mat, and spin it out to the side. So left knee is in line with your left hip. Turn your right pinky toes down to the mat. Find that nice 90-degree angle in the top of the mat. Sit on a block or a book if there's too much space underneath your left hip. We're gonna do basically modified pigeon's pose. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, maybe start to walk the hands out and fold over that right knee. Breathing here. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, soften. Maybe even coming a little bit lower over that right leg. Walk your hands back up. Coming into Janu Sirsasana A. Right leg stays where it is. Lean over to the right. Sweep that left leg forward and long. Right heel in line with that left inner side, just like tree, but now we're doing it seated. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, maybe fold here. If you have the bind, right hand, palm faces out, left hand grabs that right wrist and fold a little deeper. Working that right shoulder down, belly to knee, forehead to toes. Inhale to release and lengthen. Exhale, switching sides, bend that left knee 90 degrees. Right knee comes up and sweep it back. There's too much space underneath your right hip. Place a block there. Lift and lengthen first. Take another deep inhale and exhale, fold. Keep pressing through that right inner thigh. Keep pressing through the outer left leg. So working an external rotation in the front, internal rotation in the back. I feel it on my left glute. Maybe you'll feel it elsewhere, but as long as it's not the joints, you are good. Settling here, maybe folding a little bit deeper. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, maybe slowly come on up. Lift the back thigh, sweep it forward in front of you, Janu Sirsasana A. Left foot to the inner right thigh, lift and lengthen. First, settle the hips down, hinging from the hips, fold on that exhale. And again, if you have the bind, left palm faces outward, right hand grabs that left wrist and fold. Breathing here. Chest to thigh, forehead to toes. Breathing. Settling the breath, the mind, the heart. And slowly release. Come back up. Bring both feet out in front of you, feet wider than the hips. Plant the hands for support, and maybe windshield wipers on left and right. Noticing how the hips feel. Then press the feet strongly into the mat. Hands come underneath the thighs or the shins. Puff up through the heart, through the chest, and then round that spine slowly. Bring that belly down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Neck and head are the last to go. Once you're there, release the shoulders, maybe reach your arms side to side. toes, you just simply fall open and turn out. Settle the heart, the neck and head, the entirety of our backs, our hips, through our legs, fingertips naturally curled in, belly nice and soft. And just pausing here for a moment. Give yourself this time, this space, this present moment to just surrender to the earth, surrender to the sky. And even if we can't let go completely, we let go just a little bit. But still coming back to that breath, to that intention of self-love, of joy, of happiness. Knowing that you took this time out just for you and you alone, to reconnect with each other from all over the world, to unite with the breath, to move in harmony, to opening our bodies, our minds, our hearts during this time. From wherever you're at, bring your hands to heart center, thumbs pressed against the heart or still reclined. Bring the thumbs to your forehead. May your mind be full of positivity, of kindness, of peace. Bring your thumbs to your lips. May you continue to speak the truth, to share the truth, and to be honest with yourself and others. Bringing the thumbs back to our hearts, so that you may always know love, to receive love and to give love, especially to yourself. And may you continue to share this love with everyone around you and beyond. Stay in this Shavasana position. We close our practice. Take a deep collective inhale together. And exhale, maybe side out. Taking your time, coming back to a comfortable seated position, adding any last movements that you need. Maybe knees to chest, maybe happy baby, maybe some rocks forward and back. Come up to a comfortable seated position again at the top of your mat. Thank you so much to this Rollout family and its community from all over the world. We thank you for your presence, for your time, for your energy, for your intentions to be here with us this morning, and for some of you, the afternoon. So until we meet again, until the next yoga class, namaste.